This next piece of advice comes from best-selling author and recognized thought leader Todd Henry, who states everyone wants to be known for something. In other words, they want to be the noun, but no one wants to be the verb, the doer of something.
Billy Joel was giving a talk, I think at Vanderbilt University, and this guy stood up and he said, "Hey, I want to play New York State of Mind with you." And Billy Joel's like, "Yeah, okay, come on up." And he's like, "What instrument do you play?" He's like, "Piano." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I mean, you're here with like one of the greatest living pianists, right here, and yet you're gonna, um, and so he did. He sat down and he just absolutely killed it. And it turns out the guy every single day was working on and playing and practicing every single day, including that song, right? That was like one of the songs that he practiced over and over and over again. So he was ready. In the moment when it came, he was ready to deliver. I always tell people who aspire to be public speakers in some capacity. And I've given talks in front of everywhere from a couple dozen people to like 400,000 people, right? Like on stages that are like smaller all the way up to like giant, huge auditoriums with 10,000 people in it. And what I always tell people who aspire to speak in some capacity is you should be ready at a moment's notice to give a 30-minute speech. If somebody tapped you on the shoulder, you should be able to get up right now and give a 30-minute speech, and a good 30-minute speech. If you can't do that, then you're not serious about wanting to be a public speaker. You're not serious about wanting to really transform lives through your speaking. You're just not. Because that's what a good public speaker does. If you're waiting for somebody to tap you on the shoulder to figure out what you might want to say, not good enough. So you have to stay battle ready. You have to be ready to go. I am constantly developing ideas, communication methods, stories, ways of innovating. And I mean, that's really primarily like we want to be the noun. That's what Austin Kleon says. We want to be the noun, but we don't want to do the verb, right? So we want to be a leader, but we don't want to lead. We want to be a writer, but we don't want to write. We want to be a speaker, but we don't want to speak, or we don't want to like work on the craft of it, right? Or whatever it is. We want to be an entrepreneur, but we don't engage in entrepreneurial behaviors that lead to ultimately success as an entrepreneur. We have to be willing to do the verb if we want to be the noun. And the verb is way more important than the noun. Gretchen Rubin said, "What you do every day matters more than what you do once in a while."